It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. I'm really excited to bring you this beer. It's a beer that always brought a smile to my face. It was a beer that was a kind of utmost kind of top quality stuff when they were brewing it. I've not seen it around South Wales for a long time. It used to be kind of semi-regularly available in places like Morrison's if you were lucky, but certainly if you live in the Lake District or if you live up north, you're definitely going to have heard of this beer, drank this beer. It's Jennings Brewery Sneck Lifter Strong Dark Ale at 5.1% ABV. I've left this till last. I've had the Castle Bitter recently, reviewed that on the channel. The Cock a Hoop, which was really good. The Cumberland Ale was fantastic, it really was. But this is Jennings Brewery. They've just relaunched. So I think there was a little bit of confusion for a few people in my Cumberland Ale review. Basically, Jennings Brewery have been bought out by independent people now. They bought it from Marston's Carlsberg Marston's, whatever you want to call them. And they're not a big conglomerate anymore. They're owned by local people. And that means that the quality of the beer and everything else about the brewery it's probably passion first. Of course they want to make some money, but it's going to be passion first. It's not going to be just looking at those profit lines, looking at those the spreadsheets of money and you know, there'll be a little bit of that of course, but that's probably just to keep the brewery their head above water. Indie beer on the bottle cap, dark brown label. We'll talk more about that later on, unless of course I spend the next 10 minutes talking about an amazing beer, which would be the preferable choice. I do get sidetracked by good beer. I plan on telling some stories sometimes and I end up just focusing on the beer. Which is why you're probably here. You're not here to listen to my stories, are you? One finger, ivory coloured head. Small amounts of carbonation rolling up the side of the glass, but look at this beer. Look at it. A chestnut coloured look. I'm not going to call it clear because it's a dark beer, but it just looks good. It looks good. It doesn't look bottle conditioned. That might be the next step for their beers. Maybe that's something maybe to look at into the future, is to make a bottle conditioned beer. But right now, the beer looks pasteurized. All of that sediment has been taken away. Let's get the aroma. Yeah, we're going to be speaking about the beer. It's nutty, it's bready, it's biscuity. Fantastic. There's a bit of a smokiness there to it, a little bit of kind of like roasted malt, chocolate, coffee, caramel. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Stone the Crows. Stone the Crows. Wow. What a beer. Of all the other beers I've reviewed from Jennings over the last few days, 40% of the comments coming through were Do you have Snecklifter? Do you know if Snecklifter is back? Loads and loads of comments about Snecklifter. Snecklifter was my favourite beer. I used to drink in the Cumberland, the Lake District, and the Dog and Otter. I think somebody mentioned that they used to go and drink Snecklifter in there. What a beer! Stone the Crows, what a beer. I can imagine years ago, this is probably what maybe Old Speckled Hen used to taste like. Marston's Pedigree used to taste like. Abbott Ale used to taste like. This lovely, chestnutty, beautiful liquid in a glass. It's so good. It's got enough of a mouthfeel for it to be creamy and rich at 5.1% ABV. Yes, 5.1% ABV, but at the same time it's still refreshing. Carbonation pushes the beer around the inside of the mouth, releases more of the flavour. The biscuitiness coming through, the amount, the layers, that's what I want to say, the layers of malt. It's like you could slicing through layers of different malt here, from wafer biscuits to digestive biscuits to posh brown bread with the nuts on the top that you buy from an artisan bakery, to then layers of coffee flavours, bitter, dark chocolate flavours, bitterness then coming through. Combine that with the hops that they've used in the beer. The hops are coming through as a kind of a plum and a fig and a prune. Add all of that together, all of that, and the beer has so many dimensions. It has so many things that you can probably focus on in your mind with the taste. You could focus on the coffee or the chocolate or the caramel or the bitterness or the hops or the bread or the digestive bits. It's fabulous. And I can see why so many people in the comments have been commenting about this beer. Now, let me kind of quickly touch over what's happened then. So, Marston's bought Jennings. They also bought companies like Hobgoblin and the Witchwood Brewery, and anyway, they bought lots of other breweries. The one I really wanted, the 2X, the double hop Oxford company. Anyway, apart from that, my Braxbeer, I was about to leave it. Braxbeer Brewery. They bought all of these companies and they basically shut down the breweries one by one, especially after Carlsberg bought Marston's. They just kind of like shut them down. Even the Brains Brewery in the centre of Cardiff was shut down. So what I'm trying to get at here is that Jennings, some local people around, thought that this building, this old lovely brewery, shouldn't be a block of flats and it should carry on as a brewery. So they bought everything of Jennings Brewery from Marston's, the licensing and everything to brew these beers again. But they didn't just brew the Marston recipe beers. Every brewery has a brewery log, and that brewery log is there for a purpose. What I can imagine's gone on here is that they've gone back to recipe 1, the first ever recipe for Snecklifter, because they get altered over the years. Just think of Brewdog's Punk IPA. How Brewdog's Punk IPA was in 2010 to how Brewdog's Punk IPA is now. It's a completely different beer. Probably the same happened to Snecklifter under Marston's. So what you do, you go back through that brewery log, that big book, you go back to recipe 1 and you brew recipe 1. And that, I believe, is what I have here in my glass. And it's fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Rating. It looks fantastic. It smells fantastic. It tastes fantastic. I really, really like that beer. I like it enough to give it a Stone the Crows 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.